Hey everyone, my name is Rachel Carden again, and for this book review, I read Uncle Tom's Cabin, and I actually did it on my Kindle app because shipping for some reason took forever. So with Amazon, I can do this. So Uncle Tom's Cabin by Harriet Beecher Stowe and eBookorama Editions. That's what it says on there. There to show that it's actually there, not just a picture. Very good book, by the way. Also, you can change the fonts, but that's besides the point. So, the story of Uncle Tom's Cabin. So, Harriet Beecher Stowe basically uses the cabin itself as a representation of how Uncle Tom was a Christian, and basically uses Uncle Tom and his cabin as a view of anti-slavery and how it deals with Christianity. So for this part, oh, by the way, I read this entire book cover to cover, every word on every page. So I liked it because, for one, I love history. I actually took AP History in high school, and we were supposed to be able to read Uncle Tom's Cabin, but it did not get approved by our administration, unfortunately. I would highly recommend it, especially if you like the Civil War. For instance, I have traveled around and have actually gone to Abraham Lincoln's, all of his birthplace, death place, all the things. Very intrigued by that aspect. So the reading, there is some dialect in it that might be a little bit hard to read, but once you get past the first 2 chapters, it kind of gets easier. Very good story. I truly liked how it was a Christianity view of anti-slavery. It wasn't so morbid, but at the same time brought out a lot of truth in that. So how I would describe it is basically the author again is just using characteristics of a human and putting it into the cabin itself. So Harriet Beecher Stowe was very anti-slavery, and actually this book actually helped to help the abolitionist movement. I actually read up on it because I was so intrigued by all of it, and apparently Abraham Lincoln himself actually said, here's the little lady that started this whole war, meaning the Civil War, because the book had such a lasting impact on the abolitionist movement. So for the lesson plans, I haven't finished it yet, but I was thinking of doing either a 6th grade lesson or a 1st grade lesson, and there's a lot of room there. But the 6th grade lesson, you could go more in depth with the Civil War, more in depth with the causes of it, more in depth with slavery itself, and also bring in maybe like a YouTube video, maybe kind of describing like the book analysis instead of them reading it, so that way they get an idea of the book. And the main idea and theme that I got from the book was that we're all created differently. We all have different psyches, but at the same time, we're all in the same. So maybe with 6th graders, you could talk about how we're all different. We all have different aspects. We all come from different cultures. We all grew up in different homes, but we're still all created equally. And then you could also bring in the Constitution and talk about how we're all one nation under God, and how we should all have the same liberties and freedoms. Then for a 1st grader, it could be simple. So with this, you could say we're all different, but we're all in the same class. So, for instance, I have blonde curly hair, and then the person sitting next to me might have brown curly hair. Well, the same thing about us is we have curly hair. Difference, I have blonde, they have brown. So, just pointing out in the community of learners that we're very diverse, but at the same time, we are all still a community of learners. So that allows kids to see that we are different, but we are the same. So bringing in, again, that theme and principle that Tom's Cabin teaches. So yeah, I highly recommend this book. I hope that you will read it. I actually went on the Amazon book list and ordered about 5 more books because I'm excited to read them. So yeah, have a great night.